I planted tomatoes about a week ago and the forecast looked great. But now we have, I think tonight or tomorrow night, it's getting down to 39. And our weather has been missing the lows. Like, it's getting colder than what they're saying. So I'm digging them all up. Putting them in greenhouse 1. I've never done that before, but I think it'll save the tomatoes. These are really nice, stocky tomato plants. They enjoyed being in the ground for a week. I think I mentioned in my last video, if it looks terrible, put it in the ground. Doesn't always work, but it works a lot of the time. So I'm busy putting things away. Sowed in March. Already have blooms on them. The violas weren't supposed to bloom for 100 days, but they're blooming early. Another viola blooming early. Need to clean up out here. So the cold snap lasted 4 days. We did have patchy frost, and the tomatoes I put back on the ground yesterday. They already have flowers on them. I had one tomato that wintered in the greenhouse that had a tomato on it. I pulled the tomato because it was planted in the greenhouse that's not heated. And it was in the 30s for lows for 4 days. So that would have ruined the fruit. So I just pulled the tomato off. The tomato plant did fine in the greenhouse, closed. I'm sure it didn't get quite as cold in there as it did outside. Here's the tomato plant. It's got some new growth on top. It wasn't looking great when I put it in the ground. That is celery. I pulled all the beans yesterday, so waiting for another flush of beans. And I put the sweet potato in the ground. It was sitting out here. It acclimated in greenhouse 1 and then in greenhouse 2, and then yesterday I put it in the ground. We have really warm temperatures coming up, so it's a mad dash to get everything in the ground. It does better in the ground. This celery I'm going to pull out of here today. This is the celery that wintered, and it'll bolt. I don't really want the celery to bolt. I'm going to pull it out. I pulled the lettuce that was left in here and washed it, bagged it for sandwiches. Coriander, I just love the flowers on this. So it's my first time growing coriander to flower. First time getting seeds. Seeds aren't there yet, but they will be. I'm going to seed some more and then put it in the greenhouse in the fall. All this garlic is kind of in my way when I was looking for places to plant peppers. Greenhouse, the garden is filling up quickly. My corn is coming up. There it is. Be able to see that better on the next video. Coming along. See, the soaker hoses are in. Emptying my tray of amaranth. Anything that doesn't go in the ground has to be potted up. The spot behind the greenhouse is where most of the amaranth and sunflowers are going. It was really pretty last year, walking through here. I'm using it for a healing in space. Anything that has some green on it that doesn't look good but it's not dead is going in here to see if it'll heal. That's one. Oh, I can't remember what that's called. The lilies I had to pull out of another spot, so they're healing in. They look good. I might pot them up. I have a grass here that I overwintered. I wasn't sure if it had any life left in it, and when I was putting it in the ground, I found life. So that's healing in. I've been dumping pots. Gotta fill up that trough in the back. Back there by the door to fill it in before I can put plants in it.